Greetings, everyone. I promised you a while back that I was going to come back and talk to you about a dog I met named Bruno. Some years ago, I went to Jamaica to visit, and while I was there, I met this dog, Bruno, who was my next door neighbor's dog. The first time we met him, we had just come back from a little trip away from home, and my kids brought back leftovers and they shared it with the dog. And the next day he came back, and the girls loved him so much, and they fed him again. After a while, the dog, started getting closer to me. And so if I was going anywhere, for example, if I have to go and take transportation, which I was told by my blood sister, was 25 minutes away from home. And so I would walk the distance and this dog would follow me. One day I was at the store and this gentleman started asking who the dog belonged to because he was waiting for me on the outside. And, he started saying that if that dog ever bit him, he was going to sue me. And I turned to him and I said, I'm not the owner for this dog, but, why would you want to sue me? Anyway, when he was gone, the shopkeeper said to me, you know what? You should not let that dog follow you anywhere because you hear what that guy says? Everybody's used to this dog, Bruno, and they've never threatened the owner to sue them, but he wants to sue you because you live in foreign. And the shopkeeper said to me, stop him from following you. And I'm like, how do I do that? Whenever I'm going anywhere, he comes with me. And he says, just pick up a stone and hit him. And I said to him, I cannot do that. I could never do that because I watch other persons in the community hit him with stone, even when he's not bothering them. This dog was the most beautiful dog. I mean, top tier quality. And none of them saw it. They were blind to it. They were so mean to the dog and they were saying that he was a bad dog. They didn't realize this because they were always attacking him, throwing stones at him, pelting him for no reason. This dog was so faithful. And, when I talk about it, I'm thinking if I ever had a friend as faithful as that dog, I'd say how blessed I am. In the mornings, he would walk with me 25 minutes to get my taxi. And the first time this happened, it was just wow. When I came back at about 5 o'clock that evening, the dog was still sitting under that shop. They call it shop pesa. It's like the front of a store. He was waiting there for me. And that happened for a few weeks. Now, the reason why I was going that distance to get transportation is because the blood sister told me that no transportation passed her house, which was a lie. And so eventually someone noticed me, a taxi man noticed that I was going the distance to get transportation. He would come to this distance and pick me up and ask me, why aren't you waiting at your gate? And I said, I didn't know transportations passed my gate. So that's why I was doing this. So of course, the gentleman offered to start picking me up in the morning and dropping me home in the evening. So one evening I'm coming home, the first evening that is, the first morning he took me, that evening when I was coming home, I saw Bruno waiting at that storefront where he usually waits for me. So I waved to him and he trekked behind the taxi all the way home. Of course, the next morning, he stayed close to me and noticed I was taking my taxi at the gate. And so when I got home that evening, I want to cry, people. When I got home that evening, I saw Bruno waiting for me at the gate. Now, Bruno also, because he adopted me and he was mine and I was his, when I started dating my current husband, he would be very nice when I'm around to him. But when I turned my back, he would attack him. He was so protective of me that he would attack my then, boyfriend until, he realized that him and I were an item. When I would be going to my then boyfriend's house, he would watch us, hide in the bush and track us, wait until we come, and then he would run ahead of us and he would wait again to see where we're going. This dog was so intelligent, a beautiful dog. And of course, to the owner's credit, she loved him so much. She used to bathe him. She used to brush his teeth. She took good care of this dog. But because she was moving to Cuba to study, he just came to our care. I think she intended to ask my dad to keep him, but things just naturally progressed between myself and Bruno. I went back to Jamaica to visit, and I didn't get a chance to go where he was living. And the next time I went and asked after him, I was told that he died, that they killed him. This is the kind of nature people we got. Most of the people you see harming animals in Jamaica, these are the same ones that are harming people in their household or in their neighborhood or in the country. There's something about an individual who will hurt a dog or any animal for that matter, but a dog, the dog being the most faithful. Listen, the story I just told you about this animal still blows me away to this day. I had this beautiful, loving relationship with this animal. I don't have a dog at the moment because you have to walk dogs in this country. And I'm unable to do that because I have allergies to the cold. And so I cannot go out in the winter months. And if it's my dog, I don't want to put that responsibility on anyone. But I absolutely love dogs. Now, let me jump into this section of the video to talk about those animals that were rescued. People came to Jamaica and rescued them and bring them back to the States to give them a good home. Granted that, people are making jokes about it or whatever. It's such a good thing. Some of these animals are just emaciated when you see them on the roadside. They're hungry. They're treated so badly, and people have come and rescued them. But I also want to say, I don't want to glorify these ones who are picking up these dogs and bringing them back. Those who will find good homes, wonderful. But please understand that some of these same ones who love these animals, they hate people. So, while we don't like to see our people attack our animals and treat them so badly, and they need to fix themselves and be kinder to our animals, at the same time, we're not going to glorify all the ones who have access to these dogs, because some of them love animals so much. They're animal lovers. They're beautiful people. But you do have some who love animals. They will put these animals, in the intimate spaces that they use, but they hate people. So a lot of persons in, foreign countries who are animal lovers are actually people who don't like people. And so, we have to balance the thing here. It's nice that these dogs are getting a chance. And I'm also going to say that people also have their beautiful animals that they love and care for, and they're being kidnapped too and saying that they're strays. So let's get this straight. I like to look around the story. I think it is a good thing for those animals who got rescued by people who love animals. But I'm also saying that I'm sure people are going to also use the opportunity to steal people's animals. People have lost their animals that they love and adore. They just go missing and they're never found. And some of them are picked up the same way the animals that are in need of rescue get picked up. So, that was my story, or this is my story about my beautiful dog, Bruno. He was not my dog that I bought or came into my family, but, he came to me. As a child growing up, we always had dogs. And I can remember one dog, Eddie, and, Mamba. And I remember another dog that died one Sunday, and I never forgot as a child. He was just jumping in and out of this workbench and hit his head. His name was Pringle. So yeah, I'm a great lover for animals and dogs in particular. Of course, birds too. Anyway, so it's a good thing that these animals have found some good home, and for those who care for them and will love them and nurture them, thank goodness. And yeah, we do need to do better in Jamaica, but it shows you the psyche of the people who treat animals terribly, especially dogs who are so faithful. It tells you who they are as a person. Watch them. Careful note. The guy said I should hit him, and I could not do that. I could not let him see me doing that to him, because he trusted me, he loved me, and he looked out for me. And so I was not going to repay him hatred for his love. take better care of your animals, people. Sometimes they're here to protect us, not just in the physical planes, but in the spiritual plane as well. What is your say on the animals that were sent to be with people who wanted them overseas? And I know some of them are going to be sold, so it's capital for some people.